Hey everyone, Kristen here with Legacy Homemaking. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, if you're not, welcome back. Like I said, my name is Kristen and I have 4 kiddos and we are going into our 2nd year of full-time homeschool. So this upcoming year, the 2020-2021 school year, I will have a 4th grader, a 2nd grader, a kindergartner, and a 3-year-old. So it's going to be wild and it's going to be crazy and all of the, everything in between, but we're so excited. Today I'm going to do a walkthrough, just take you through our homeschool spaces and show you where we keep all of our stuff and how I have it organized and where our family does their work. So yeah, come join me and see what we have in store today. So this is what would be considered the office in our home. I'm going to have to do this kind of quickly because kids are all occupied, but we all know how long that will last. So this has kind of become homeschooling central, which is great because it keeps the rest of my house from looking like a primary school classroom but I'm still able to have some of those fun school things from my elementary education days in here. So I actually filmed this video once before and I ended up bringing this bookshelf. I wanted to just see what it would look like in here, which meant I had to rearrange other spaces and things that were already in here and find other homes for them. So this is the bookshelf currently. I've got my books and Bibles, and then this is our curriculum and our like date tags and timer and stuff and pencil sharpener. That's got all my cords for my laptop and things that I need. These are our Bibles to take to church on Sunday, and that is all of the Saxon curriculum that's just massive. So then here is a rolly cart, and honestly I love the idea of these, but I've never been able to figure out how to use it effectively in my own life and in my own school, but I think we have a system for the moment. This has my daughter's All About Reading curriculum. So this is actually one of the first things I ever purchased when my oldest was 3. He's now going to be 10. Let me open this up. And I've set it up for her All About Reading because I did not want to go buy another huge whiteboard. So hopefully we'll see if this works. If not, we'll buy the board that they recommend. But for right now, it's set up for her All About Reading. And then it's got some extra like phonics books, Bob books. This is her All About Reading flashcards. And I'm actually getting a bigger box for this. So that's what these are for. And these are her All About Reading books. So then here we have supplies, scissors, crayons, markers, pens, rulers, all of that good stuff. And then this is probably my favorite thing. So my mom is an elementary school principal, and there was a kindergarten teacher that was retiring, and anything she didn't want to keep, she left. And so my mom said, hey, if you want to come up and go through it before this kind of all goes away, let me know. And look at what was up here. Can you imagine how old this is? It is full of this kind of paper. I'm so excited. We go through so many things of paper, so just to have, it is, I don't know if you can see how much paper is in there. I'm really, really excited about that, and I'm so happy that it fit just kind of perfectly. So coming around here, this is just where we hang backpacks and my bags and stuff like that. We have our calendar, which I think I'm actually heading to Mardell to get a new calendar thing because this one's kind of old. I think it was my mom's. And then our months of the year, and I was just sticky tacking something like this soccer ball, and I'm going to make a star. But I went ahead and took the time this year to put magnets on the back of each month, so it just magnetizes. So that's pretty exciting. It's the little things. This I got for sight word practice. We can write sight words on the board and then slap them. And then these were at Target this year. What I had previously was working fine, but it was getting kind of old, and I was just sticky tacking it, so sometimes it was falling off. But these were from Target, and they actually came magnetized, but then I laminated them, and so the magnets work quite as strong as they were before I laminated, so I just used some of these little magnets, and that's actually what's on the back of the calendar for this little today, yesterday, tomorrow, all that kind of good stuff. Here's our ones, tens, and hundreds, our number chart, and then today the weather is. And then all of those things I actually have just attached right here. Once again, those little magnets, and it holds them. Those things are so strong, so it just holds them, and that just works perfectly, I think. So moving on, let's see here. Right here we have, I was waiting to see if I was going to keep this, so I need to take this label off and write his name. This is my oldest, my fourth grader's books, and all of his curriculum is all right there. We were doing something else, and it just wasn't quite working for how we were keeping our work organized. So this has everyone's books in it, and I can just say, okay, Reed, go put up your math book and get English. Uh-oh, we're having issues. Hold on. We have everyone's books, all the curriculum that they are using or will be using. So this is my oldest. I need to take the label off. I had to make sure things would fit and need to write his name on it. So in my house, my kids are color-coded, and they have been since birth. So Reed is red. If anything is red, if a cup has a red straw in it, he knows that that one is his. So I try to, it just makes my life easier, and it always has, and they don't fight because they know whose is whose. So Reed's color is red. Owen, is orange, and they don't have an orange one of these, but I wrote his name in orange. My sweet Hallie Kate is hot pink, and then Karis doesn't have one of these yet because she's not in school with us, but there's not really a color that goes with Kay, so we give her purple. Anyway, so this is Reed's and all of his books and binders and things he will need for this year. Owen's, Hallie Kate's, then we have our morning time basket, and I'm going to add in whatever read alouds we're doing in here. And then we have my teacher manuals, my lesson planner, all of that kind of good stuff. Anything that I need to just have at a fingertips length away. So that's all of theirs and how we kind of keep their curriculum straight. It actually has worked out so well. We were doing something different last year, and it wasn't working. And so I had these, and they were storing different things, and I thought, let me try to rearrange. And this was great because I could just say, Reed, go grab writing, and he would come in here and grab writing and finish it, take it back. Okay, grab your spelling, come in here and grab his spelling, take it, put it back. So this might end up changing depending on how we use certain things. And we do have space over there in the bookshelf, so which just got drawing paper. I told you we have a bunch of drawing paper. So we might move some of our My Father's World notebooks and stuff that are in there that are kind of taking up a lot of room to here. We'll see how it goes after the first week. So, but that's how we handled that. Printer, planter, that has no plant because I kill things. And then all of this is storage for different things such as pens and pencils, coffee straws for our counting our place value chart, just all kinds of different things, markers. Up here we have different curriculum for My Father's World and my planner, so those are our read alouds, things like that. So it just is kind of organized loosely because I'm not an organization queen. I don't think to buy bins or boxes or stuff really to put things in whenever I'm actually at the store. I wish I did, that'd be great. But like, just here's manipulatives, date tags, just different things that we will need throughout the year, lines at the bottom of these, which is good because it kind of keeps it out of sight. So that is kind of how we have this set up in here. This is our homeschool room. Sounds like we are having some issues, doesn't it? So That is this room. But as you can tell, it's not a very big room, nor is there any place besides our computer. And this is just an extra chair that I don't want to keep in the garage, but if we have guests over, it's actually helpful. As you can tell and see, this is great. There's lots of storage, but besides our desks, there's nowhere to pull a chair up underneath and to sit down and work comfortably. So what that means is we end up doing a lot of our work right here at our kitchen table. This was actually a really neat story about how we came across this table. It was basically a Goodwill find, but it was in perfect condition. It was absolutely insane. It was this color, but one of our first little quarantine projects was me sanding and staining the top, painting the base. I just haven't made it to the chairs. But we end up doing a lot of our together subjects, and here's our balloons from a birthday party we had this week. I think I'm gonna leave them up for the first day of school because they're just fun. This is where we end up doing a lot of our together projects as a family, a lot of our family subjects. And at the beginning of last year, I was like, oh, I can get by. I don't need a whiteboard or anything. But I found out that if that was gonna be the case, I needed 3 hands. One to hold the whiteboard, and one to write what was on it, and one to help show them what I was talking about. Basically, that didn't work. But I also knew I wanted this space to not look like a school space at all times. Enter the solution. Here is what we did. I found this huge map at Hobby Lobby, and then was able to find a whiteboard that fit underneath it. So during the week with school, we have this on top, this off. During the week while we're doing school, this goes in here and hangs on the wall in our office. And if somebody comes over or something like that, we need it to look presentable, I put it back. And it has been one of the best things I have done. I absolutely love it. So I'll show you what it looks like underneath there without the map. Hold on. What it looks like underneath. This huge thing is actually a laminated blueprint from Office Depot, and it's what we used when we did Classical Conversations last year, and it was great. We loved Classical Conversations, loved our little CC group. I did want to try something a different curriculum this year just to see what I liked since we are so new to homeschooling. So we decided to forgo CC for the moment, but this is great, and this is kind of how I filled it out. This cost me $8, and if you need this print, let me know. I'll be more than happy to email it to you because somebody emailed it to me, and it was so wonderful. Obviously, my 3-year-old got a hold of it. And then timeline, I got really tired of writing it all down, and we had our timeline cards, and I didn't have a way to display them. And I saw this, I guess, on Pinterest. This is just a restaurant ticket holder. So I just stick the timeline cards up there. And so I'm hoping that we can use it as well again this year for maps and stuff like that. We are having some issues with my 3-year-old. I just put magnets on the back of this. It goes down. I have a magnetic eraser and a little magnet holder for our dry erase markers and all that kind of good stuff. This worked out so well, and I love that it's hidden when not in use. So on to the next little space and the last place I'll show you that we use. So this is where we do our family subjects and do our work and all that kind of good stuff. It's funny because where the bookcase that I moved just recently is, that's where the map hung. So we're gonna have to figure out a new situation. Anyway, we walked through here, and our last little space is what is a formal dining room, or supposed to be, but we're using it as a playroom. This house was built in the 80s and had not been updated since. So we are slowly but surely working on it. So just ignore some of this stuff. So yeah, this room got a little bit of a revamp. This is actually a table that I got from Magnolia at the first ever warehouse sale that they had. We are in Texas, semi-close to Waco, so that was a steal of a deal. I could not believe it. There is another bench that goes on the other side. I love it. It's one of my favorite things. And of course, I mean, it's kids' play area, and sometimes there's not a good place to put things. So that's a tent and high chairs and dolls and baby doll beds and all that kind of good stuff. And then I'm working on this. You know, storage takes time and money, and we had a 6-bin storage thing that I had different color bins with, and then we had this one, and I've slowly been adding red and black. Just because that's what I ended up having or finding over the years. I don't really like any of it, but until I can afford to replace them all, this is what we're doing, and it just keeps the toys hidden. So this is kind of where I can send someone to work or to watch a learning show or something like that. It also helps house some toys like Magnaformers, paints, Lincoln Logs, and it has, everybody has a cubby. So, all right, I'm seriously out of time. My 3-year-old is losing her mind. Everybody has their own cubby, so that's where they keep anything that's special to them, their pencil boxes, any papers that they've drawn that are special but not necessarily part of our curriculum. All of that goes in there, which has been great because, as you probably know, every kid thinks their stuff is special. So, and we go through it every once in a while. So that is kind of how it's all working. I'm going to go take care of this and be a mom and play with my kiddos so we will stop fighting. But I hope you enjoyed just our little homeschool space. You do not need a playroom. You do not need a room to homeschool. We don't have a quote unquote homeschool room. It doesn't work for us right now, and that's okay. We have our home, and it's homeschool, and life happens here, as you can tell in the background. And that is just fine. Until next time, I hope you enjoyed this video of this walkthrough. If you wouldn't mind hitting subscribe, and if you like this video, liking it, it just really helps out my channel and lets me know what content you would like to see and all that kind of stuff. If you can think of anything else I can do better or ways I can organize more, I am for sure all ears. I am definitely not the queen of organization. So if you see something, please help a sister out for sure. Once again, thank you all so much, and I hope to see you next time. Bye, guys.